Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some smiles going on today?
Always.
Yeah. Those TV smiles, gotta love them. All right, what's your idea of a nice dinner out? Well, for Johnny Depp, it's an authentic Italian cuisine or Indian cuisine. I was already reading in my own mind. Apparently, the actor celebrated his trial win by shelling out more than $62,000 for he and his friends at a restaurant in England. Wow. And guess what else Johnny did this week? He officially joined TikTok, dropping his first post this morning. It's a love letter to his fans, and he already has more than 4 million followers. So with Team Johnny only growing, the question becomes, will advertisers start using him again? Over the years, he's been the face of many famous brands, most notably being Dior. Johnny made millions as the face of Savage, right. Or if you're fancy, Sauvage.
Sauvage.
It is Sauvage. In 2015, the ads were pulled after all the Amber drama, but guess what? They're back on the air.
You know what else? It's sold out everywhere.
Really?
Sauvage is doing incredibly well. It's an older cologne, and it is just everybody's buying back in. It's Johnny Depp everywhere. I looked on Netflix. You were totally right. Johnny Depp is everywhere. I remembered one time watching Letterman interview Johnny Depp, and at one point Letterman goes, I don't think I've ever met anyone as charming as you.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that should take over any bad behavior, because there were some terrible things said, text messages that we were able to read. But he has an enormous, magnetic, charismatic pull on all audiences, globally.
You know, Tori, you make a great point talking about like the emotional pull that he has on people, but let's just talk about just numbers and algorithm. Yeah. We talk about impact and the number of hits. I mean, Amber Heard was looked at to be the loser in this. I think she had 81 million impressions, and that's considered the loser. So really, Johnny Depp's name is in everybody's algorithm. Your mom's, Jeff's dad's, everybody he's affecting everybody, so he's in front of everybody.
My dad got his ear pierced because Johnny Depp won.
Now he's gonna get some Sauvage.
He smells like Sauvage when they come over. But what do you think about this? Is he? I mean, we asked the question: is he back? He's back.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was all, like I said before, it was all about the court of public opinion, and now that court has officially
adjourned.
Adjourned. You know, the numbers are speaking for itself. But I always say, fame or shame, it's all the same game. I wouldn't be shocked if Amber Heard had some type of bounce as well. Mm-hmm. And I think that people are really looking at it like she is the loser. But I still think that when you have notoriety and name recognition, interesting things happen. So, you know, I'm glad that Johnny Depp is able to regain his name and reclaim his truth. I think that's what it was all about.
And that's exactly what defamation is. He got to say his truth, and he got it out there. That's why you sue for defamation, and he won, and I think fairly so.
Well, he's obviously not hurting for money. I want to get this last part in. He's $62,000 on a dinner. I mean, that's a lot of Indian food. Yeah, that's a lot of food.
How does that happen?
I've no.
Can we have samosas?
I'll just say this. I went to a fancy Indian restaurant in Cobby's neighborhood, and it was delicious. And you know, I was doing a little math. Doing a little math. I don't care what the bill is. Doing a little math. And I was like, oh, well, we want the cookies, the after-dinner cookies. So they brought them out, and then they brought that little perfume thing.
I knew you were going to talk about that story.
Got the little squeeze bowl in the end, and you spray saffron on it. And I was like, oh, that's a $30 cookie right there. It was just a regular cookie, and she brought out one of those old-school things and sprayed it. I was like, oh, so maybe there was just a lot of sprayed cookies at this day.
a lot of saffron and a lot of wine.
$62,000 wine.
I mean, honestly,
yeah,
though, that's
alcohol
fun.
will get you there quickly.
Yeah, that's a lot.
My thing is, I don't know if I were Johnny Depp, you're not hurting for money, to take back Sauvage, Dior that just dropped me. I'm not working for you anymore. To go back to Disney that dropped me without an explanation, I'm not working for you anymore.
What if I give you a gazillion dollars
You're so hot right now, you could work with any brand you want on the planet, any movie you want on the planet, and they'll pick you up. The people that I worked with for all those years that respected me, and now you just drop me at, I don't know. For me, I'm not.
You couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
And Jeff just made a line of integrity between me and you. I'd be like, yes, sir.
I would too. I'd be like, Jack Sparrow.
It's Jackson with an O-N.
Yeah.
I would just come to the table and be like, I I know you know, I know, right? Let's just put it this way.
A little bit of leverage.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't
You
talk
have
to
a lot of
anybody.
integrity.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I'd be like, you know what? Calvin Klein just sent me a little offer. Here it is. You can take Savage and stick it in your Savage. All right. Someone who doesn't need a $62,000 meal. Pete Davidson. TMZ caught the comedian shopping at Walmart during a day out with Kim Kardashian's son Saint. We're not sure exactly what they brought, but we do know they got a big tub of cheese puffs. Huh?
Yes.
Today's news.
I love it. I don't love the cheese puffs. I think that's a bad choice, but cheese popcorn I'm here for.
Always.
But the cheese puffs, I looked and I know that's supposed to make them like a man of the people, and it does to an extent. But I was looking at the way that, he was hanging out with his new stepdaughter and just like how
It's
close.
not his stepdaughter. They're just dating. Sorry.
I know, but yes,
That's a legal term.
Yes, you're right.
true,
Let me
it's
not.
true.
Yes, his new little companion. And
That sounds way worse.
I think that he was done. I think he's done with SNL and the limelight, and I think he's enjoying just the quietness of just Walmart with a young person. And I feel like she's enjoying just like the normalcy of probably Pete. No disrespect to Kanye, but he's a lot.
Yeah,
and I think Pete is not that. And I think that she's gravitating towards that.
I watched the Kardashians because I love it, and Kris Jenner and Kylie were like, let's go do normal people things. So they went and got gas, and they went to like shop at a grocery store, and they were like, oh my God, let's do self-checkout. Like, these people have no concept of doing like common folk peasantry things that we all do. And I think Kim's really sort of weirdly enjoying that. She said, I've had all the big things. I just want the tiny, normal things. And I think Saint might want that too. I think it's great.
Y'all, come on.
I saw you shaking your head.
I think we're just taking this a little too far.
I think it's great.
He took the child to Walmart. That seems like a complete nothing burger to
Jeff
me.
and I called this early. We called this early that they like there's something about the Pete thing. I think he brings a calm to that house that they needed.
Humor.
And humor.
Yep.
And I really do. I think Kim likes it. And I think the kids look at how Kim reacts. And I think it just works. I think those personalities just click in that house.
Well, good.
Okay.
Hey, everybody likes a good cheese puff.
Do you need a bucket?
Stuck in the back of your teeth. I don't like that.
You don't need a barrel of them, do you?
Yes, you do. If you're gonna
Yes,
do it
you
right.
do.
Okay.
Clearly, you've never been to a Cobb function.
Yeah.
Everything comes in barrels.
I've never been to a,
Yeah, I've
never been invited to a party.
My family, there's like, we're always like, how many people are going to be there? We start with, well, there's 40 of us.
Oh,
so.
wow, I don't know. Wow, that's amazing.
All right. Well, Adam Sandler has quite the shiner, and last night he explained how he got it during an interview on The Late Show with Jimmy Fallon. Let's take a look.
I'm in my bed. It's 4 in the morning, and somebody made the bed. You know when they make the bed and they tuck in the bottom part of the bed? So I'm in the bed, and I'm kind of like, it's 4 in the morning. I forgot to untuck it. I'm going, why is it so uncomfortable here? And I'm feeling squished in there, and I have my phone is here next to me, and started getting panicky, and I kicked my legs. It's like, goddamn bed, and boom, and the phone flies in the air and hits me in the face.
So this isn't the first time the comedian has appeared on TV with the black eye. It's actually happened twice before.
I don't think Alan.
What do you mean? What are you saying? What are you saying?
I don't know. Twice before this has happened? The phone thing? I don't know. It seems like a good setup for a comedy store, like a funny bit, but I don't know.
You have to allow for randomness. Sometimes you do. There have been situations, like one time I was working on the dishwasher and I stood up and I cracked my head on the top of an open cabinet door. So things do happen when you're by yourself, and it's hard to explain to people. But 3 times, a black eye that's bloody, and you went back to sleep with blood gushing from your eye, that dog don't hunt. Who does that? Who has blood gushing from their face and they're like, I'm going to go back to sleep now? Would you do that?
What do you think happened? What's the explanation?
He's a secret spy.
I don't know. I'm just saying that I've never heard of that, and I've heard of everything.
Well,
maybe he has
I think what's more suspicious is the fact that he's appeared twice with the black eye before.
Yeah.
Like, how many black eyes does one person get?
Right.
You know, like, unless you're like a fighter.
Or you partake in some other things.
Yeah. Well,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll share
It's
my
sexual?
It could be. I'm
I'm not thinking it's sex. Hold on. Okay,
I
first of
wasn't
all,
either, but now
we
I'm
got no
like-
time, so let's talk about this in the YouTube break because I have my Adam Sandler story from when I was on vacation.
Well, we should have started with that.
Yeah, well, Al was talking about dogs hunting.
All right, well, check us out on YouTube. Go to Daily Blast Live on YouTube. Do you ever see that? Well, I'll talk about it on YouTube, too. Coming up on DBL, Jeff Goldblum stopped by DBL. Do I need to say anything else? He's giving us an inside look at the new Jurassic World movie. But first, the Martin reunion is here. We'll show you the trailer that just dropped next.
Closed captioning provided by.
This June, DBL isn't holding back.
I've already spent my time and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
I like a little cheese on my potatoes. That wasn't going on in my head.
That's what we need more of, conversations in this country.
Yeah, I like that. DBL is all new every day.
So my husband and I went on vacation probably like 3 years ago, and we were at this resort, and we could not get anyone to come over and take our order. Like, we're like starving, just like, please, we're at the pool. And I was so upset, and I'm like, oh, how dare they just ignore us? How dare this? I'm coming up with all the reasons why. And then this guy starts yelling at his daughter in the pool, and he's like, Alexa! Alexa! And I was like, yeah, and look at this Adam Sandler joker. And I look over at my husband, and I look back over and go, oh, that's Adam Sandler. And my husband looks at me and I go, oh, we're not getting service because we're not famous and we're poor. Okay, that's fine.
That makes a lot of sense.
You just go,
That tracks.
That's what you just mingle over to Adam Sandler because I know he's got a whole setup.
Totally. You take a chip.
So I don't even know if I ever told you one time when we were filming the Jim Jeffries show. Watch it, Jim Jeffries show. But we were shooting at a house, and obviously we're in LA neighborhood. It's a real house, and so the craft services and everything is set out kind of on the tree lawn.
Okay, we're gonna get them both of these.
You know, security came over and they were like, "Do you know this guy?" I was like, "No." And apparently there was a guy that just lived in a house that was just walking over and just eating. But like throwing down like burgers and just talking to staff and everybody was like, "Who is this dude?" And they were like, "You have to leave."
Here.
And he was like, "Okay." And he just walked right up these stairs. He lived in a duplex. He's like,
my God.
But he was just daily, just over there like eating with like
so good.
the crew and the staff and the stars of the show.
There's a famous story of a guy on a beach. Someone yelled, "Who wants ice cream?" And he runs over and goes, "I do." And he realized it was a mom with a whole family. And he just was like, "I like
gonna
ice
mention that. That was on.
Action.
This one's for you, Tommy.
What's up?
You so crazy. For the first time in 30 years. Wow. One of TV's most iconic casts.
We capture the Black experience.
Is back together.
Let's go.
Wow, that brings back some memories. The Cats of Martin is back together. The trailer came out yesterday, but the reunion will be missing one cast member, as they alluded to, Tommy Ford, who passed away in 2016. It's been 25 years since Martin went off the air. The set for the reunion is a remake of Martin's old apartment we just saw, where the cast will welcome special guests, including Snoop Dogg, but I'm sure they're going to have others on there.
Yeah.
Others for sure.
Yeah. Martin.
Damn,
that
Gina.
was like that was like, I mean, when appointment television was actually appointment television, like you could not go to school the next day and not have seen Martin. Otherwise, nobody's going to talk to you for like the whole week because that's what you do. It's nice to see them back together. Tashina and Gene are.
You almost called her. And,
Lord have mercy, I'm so sorry.
Tisha Campbell?
Yeah. Tashina Arnold and Tisha Campbell.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy, please forgive me.
Hey, it's been 25 years.
Yeah. Well, no, it hasn't.
I know.
Because last Thanksgiving, they were in my she shed virtually. And I got to talk to both of them. So they've been doing such great things together, and it's just really great to see them all come back together like that.
And we needed this. I think for people that loved Martin, like just needed the kind of proper send-off. This is such a cultural, just such an iconic show in terms of the careers it launched, but also like in terms of like black humor, and also just showing how black people relate to the world and how their circumstances, you know, influence what goes on with the show. So important, especially with the loss of Tommy, that we acknowledge that and acknowledge this part of our growth as young people into adults. So Martin played a big part in that for me. So I'm glad they're doing it right with the send-off and doing it the cool way. So
Very
shout
exciting.
out to them.
The characters are hilarious.
Man.
I'm a Jerome guy.
Oh, man.
Jerome in the house. Jerome in the house.
I'm bro man upstairs, 5th floor.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, we're going to switch gears here. Is Hollywood truly supportive of the LGBTQ community? So according to comedian and actor Billy Eichner, it is not. He recently told Page Six that queer rom-coms are few and far between because power players have an irrational fear of what the mainstream audience will think. He called Hollywood homophobic, underneath the surface, and very hypocritical. Billy is hoping his new movie, Bros, is a step in the right direction. Let's take a look at that trailer.
These big movie producers came to me and said, "We want you to write a rom-com about a gay couple. Something a straight guy might even like and watch with his girlfriend."
Gay guys are my jam.
Awesome. They said, "We just want a movie that shows the world that gay relationships and straight relationships are the same. Love is love is love." And I said, "Love is love is love." No, it's not. That is
I'm excited for this. This is the first, or they said it's the first major studio comedy featuring an entirely LGBTQ cast. I think he's going to be an ambassador. I think he's a great writer, great improviser. I think it's going to be fantastic.
I don't know if any of that matters. Didn't it money? Didn't we see this blueprint with Crazy Rich Asians? Like people weren't.
Black Panther?
Yes,
Right.
and then it made $55 billion trillion,
Right,
and now we don't have that issue anymore. So
exactly, but he's absolutely right with what he's saying.
Yeah.
Hollywood wants the representation, but they really do not want to stand beside what that representation means. When you think of black culture and black creators, we were used to seeing a black person on the screen, generally one in every scenario, until it became a point where more black creators were making the calls, raising the funds, producing the actual productions. And now you see all of these different examples of fully developed productions that are very successful, that are 100% black. So until we get to that point with the LGBTQIA plus community, yes, this is a stepping stone, but in a very important one. But he's absolutely right. It's like, and it feels weird when someone's like, "We want you, but only as far as you can see."
Great points. We'll be right back.
This was summer calendar filling up. What about scheduling another vaccine to protect against COVID-19? Here are the fast facts on booster shots as of now.
In the beginning, it was everybody needs a vaccine, just everybody get a vaccine. And now it's more nuanced.
That's why we talked to Dr. Glenn Wortman at MedStar Washington Hospital Center and consulted the CDC. The official guidance for protection against severe COVID: anyone age 5 or older, now's a good time to get boosted if you haven't yet. And if enough time has passed since finishing your primary vaccine series or testing positive for COVID. The CDC has detailed information on that timeline on their website.
A verified viewer reached out and asked us who can get a second booster.
As of now, the CDC also recommends a second booster for adults ages 50 or older and anyone aged 12 or older who's moderately or severely immunocompromised.
We're seeing a lot of community transmission right now, and they need that extra booster right now.
About that community transmission. So why shouldn't everyone be getting additional boosters?
You don't want to keep challenging your immune system with vaccine after vaccine after vaccine. The idea is that you give the vaccine, you give your immune system a chance to respond to it, and then you boost it again, and it's actually a booster.
Previously, dosage recommendations have rolled out by category. So will younger people or different risk groups be cleared for a fourth shot?
Right now, the sweet point seems to be definitely 3. You need the initial 2 plus the first booster. And then for certain patient populations at high risk, you need that second booster.
Dr. Wortman says scientists are still learning more about if ultimately boosters will become an annual thing for most people, kind of like flu vaccines. Just like previous shots, boosters are intended to protect you against the most severe impacts of COVID. So if you do get sick, it should be more like a cold than a crippling illness. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Baby raptor, I made a promise we would bring her home.
You made a promise to a dinosaur?
Yeah. What?
Ugh. Life will find a way. Earlier, we got to have a hilarious and silly interview with a one-of-a-kind Jeff Goldblum to talk about his new movie, Jurassic World Dominion. Take a look. It's a wrap. Jeff Goldblum, welcome to DBL. Oh, hello.
Tori Al Salmon, Jeff.
Yes.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Now, I want to read one of our viewer questions because we got a lot of viewer questions who wanted to talk specifically to you. One viewer wants to know if you will be going to be shirtless. Yes, and Ian Malcolm shirtless in Jurassic World Dominion. Can you give us a scoop if that's going to happen for one of our viewers?
You are so nice. Thank you, dear viewer. I don't want to spoil. Oh, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. I don't want to give anything away, but hey, there's a moment actually where, you know, my costume malfunction is referred to in a little moment between me and the great DeWanda Wise, whose character is introduced in this, and there's a little exchange. So I watch for that, and you'll see whether how many buttons or what happens. You'll see.
An homage.
First of all, I love that, and Jeff,
I'm going to open up a button just for this.
I'm going to be a little honest.
Good
I am
idea.
biased because I believe that the T-Rex reveal in Jurassic Park is one of the best scenes ever, like ever. But when I looked at that, I was like, what is it like for you, Jeff, to be acting next to a life-size robotic T-Rex? It had to be weird a little bit, right?
Did it get scary?
Well, weird and scary and amazing, and you're right, I agree with you. That first scene in the first movie, thanks to Steven Spielberg, what a genius, what a giant of cinema, and he knows how to make a scene. Yeah, that is will live in my dreams forever. Well, I'll tell you, in this movie, Colin Trevorrow is a wonderful director. He mostly wanted us to act with real animatronic dinosaurs, no tennis ball and like that. So mostly they were these giant, if you've seen the movie, there are giant, amazing dinosaurs in this, and to act with them, wow. Amazing and very, very scary.
I love this guy. Jeff, how did it feel getting the original Jurassic Park trio back together for the first time in 30 years? There is a chemistry there that's like a lot of chemistry.
Good one.
Thanks.
It felt like it to me. Well, I love them. You know, the great Laura Dern and the great Sam Neill. Oh, boy. And B.D. Wong. Wonderful. B.D. Wong is back in this. I'll tell you, you know, we couldn't stop talking about, oh, my gosh, we haven't been together for, you know, on screen for these 30 years. And can you believe what happened with that first movie still? That's kind of astounding and terrific. And then we had our work cut out for us in this movie, and we just buckled down. We were all living together in the same hotel and kind of became even more of a bonded family, and had a great time.
They found a way. Life will find a way.
Jeff had a lot to say over here. Our Jeff.
Yeah, it was nice chatting with you.
It's so nice to see you. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Jeff,
be well. I'll see you soon, I hope.
Yes.
But we want to make sure that our viewers please watch Jurassic World Dominion. We're going to be watching it. We can't wait. It premieres June 9th in theaters. Thanks, Jeff. We'll be right back.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Manipulated and doctored videos are extremely pervasive and help spread mis- and disinformation. Sometimes they're harmless, like this video falsely showing Tom Cruise jumping over Keegan-Michael Key.
Just want to jump in to wish you luck.
Other times, they're sophisticated deepfakes that can have a serious impact. So we're going to show you how to spot a deceptive video by checking for 4 things: movement, background, source, and context. Here's a video that falsely shows President Joe Biden authorizing a fourth stimulus check, and we received several emails from people who thought it was real.
Some people in the country will start seeing those direct deposits in their bank accounts this weekend.
How do we know this video is fake? Let's check the movement, background, source, and context. First, the president's movements appear slower and his lips don't match what he's saying.
Country will start seeing those direct deposits in their bank accounts this weekend.
Second, the flags and podium signage indicate the speech was made during the COP26 UN climate change conference where Biden did not discuss stimulus checks. Third, the source of the video is from a generic Facebook page called Care First Homes, not an official government account. And fourth, the context. Congress and the White House have repeatedly pushed back against the idea of a fourth stimulus check. Videos like these are called shallow fakes because they're crudely put together using existing videos, whereas the video of Cruz is a deep fake because it uses artificial intelligence to generate a realistic video showing things that never happened. Before the war in Ukraine began, US officials warned Russia could use misinformation or disinformation like deepfakes. Soon after, in March, this video purportedly showed Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky calling on citizens to surrender to Russia.
І раджу скласти зброю і повернутися до своїх сімей.
But he never actually said that. Again, let's check the movement, background, source, and context. First, you'll notice his body never moves while speaking.
І раджу скласти зброю.
Second, the background is also static. These two things suggest this may have originated by manipulating a still image. Third, the source of the video is unknown, but it did air on television in Ukraine. Broadcaster Ukraine 24 says it was hacked and that the video is fake. And fourth, the context. Zelensky has repeatedly encouraged Ukrainians to fight against the Russians and later issued a statement saying the video is fake. Verify also confirmed the video is fake by using the reverse image search tool TinEye and forensics tool InVid. They show Zelensky's face was generated from this still image and his mouth was manipulated to make it appear as if he was actually speaking. It's likely we'll continue to see deepfakes, and as technology improves, it'll be harder to tell them apart from real videos. Homeland Security cautions they could be used to fabricate evidence in a criminal trial or undermine trust in the election process. If there's a video that you're not sure is real, then send it to us at Verify This. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Popular food and drinks are known to stain teeth. Beverages like coffee and wine stain them over time. So what can you do to brighten your smile? You should give a Smile Actives a try. Give a Smile Actives a try. Smile Actives is a safe, affordable way to use Smile Actives. 97% of users in a clinical trial report up to 6 shades whiter on average, all within 30 days. You can see all of the results with none of the hassle. Call 1-800-531-1397 or visit smileactives.com for a special buy one, get one free. We're out of time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Woo!